Every artist has old art that they used to be super proud of, and here is mine. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Bug-Eyed, and if you're not, then welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be redrawing my old art. Both of these old drawings are from 2023, and it is 2024 right now, obviously. We are starting off with the phone girl. My main issue with this drawing is the very weird lighting. It's unshaded, it's really rough, and it's in places that make zero sense. It's very creative and I love it, but I executed it very poorly with the lighting specifically. The main thing I really like about this drawing is how rough and messy the lines are. So I made sure to keep that in the new drawing, especially since I wanted it to kind of feel the same. This drawing actually does have a meaning to me, however, I didn't add it until after I drew it. But basically the symbolism of this drawing is the girl eating her phone because teenagers and kids and even adults nowadays consume media and they are constantly on the internet all the time, and it's to the point where we depend on it for entertainment and happiness and communication with our friends. And the meaning is that it's just too much. Before I added a meaning to this drawing, I'm pretty sure it was actually just to test out brushes and effects in the drawing app I was using, because I was trying to switch over to Adobe Fresco from ibispaint, and this was the result of that. But I still use ibispaint, so I guess that didn't work out. In the new drawing, I was thinking of making her cry while looking over to the side, and in the front I was thinking of having tears running down her face, but I wanted to keep it as similar to the original as I could, so I didn't add the tears and I kept that weird just blank face stare, because I feel like it has more of a meaning if she's just staring as if this is a normal thing. In the end, I do think that the new version looks better than the old one. However, I do like certain versions of the old one better than the new one. Like, for example, I like the perspective of the phone, like being from the side instead of from the front, like in the new one. I don't know what I was thinking with drawing the new one like that. I didn't even notice until after I was done that it just didn't look natural. But yeah, I think that's the only thing I would change about the new one compared to the old one. Next up is the experiment girl, and I'm calling her that because the little tag on her ankle, I know it's hard to read, but it says experiment 17. The main things I loved about this drawing that made me so proud of it back when I drew it was the perspective being so well and easy to read, and the line weight and the hatching. I just really loved it so much. The things that I notice now that are wrong with the drawing are that the nose is really weird. Like, if you zoom in on the face, it just doesn't look natural. The lines are extremely shaky in certain parts, like on the left arm. And also, the lighting is really weird in this one too. I think I was still trying to figure out how to draw lighting back then. I've definitely improved at that now, as you can see, but it was really all over the place. Like, there was lighting hitting her legs, but also the front of her foot. It didn't really make any sense. I'm pretty positive that this drawing was actually meant for an OC concept, but I have zero memory of what that concept was. I remember being super proud of it and thinking it was so cool, and that's why I made the drawing, but then I just forgot what it was. The new one is definitely more stylized than the old one, which was more focused on realistic anatomy, while this one is more cartoony and like anime girl looking, which I did not do on purpose. I guess I just developed more of a cartoony look recently. For some reason, I could not figure out how to replicate the perspective on this one. It just was not working out, and even in the end, like, I still just could not get it. So there is less of a perspective on this one than there was on the old one. The new version definitely has more confident lines. And they're also thinner, so I think it looks way better when it comes to the lines, at least. I dulled down on the hatching because it felt like too much in the old one, but now that I'm finished, I realized I could have just done a masking layer and made them a darker color of what they were over. Like if it was her skin or her dress, I could have just made it a darker color so that it wasn't so bold that it was just taking up so much space, but it would have been more subtle. I should have done that, but I didn't. The white background on the old one was really lazy and I really didn't like it, especially since she was wearing a white dress and she had a white tag on her ankles. So I got rid of the white background and I added in some grass underneath her to make it easier to look at. The colors in this one are way more harmonious than the colors in the old one. The colors in the old one were just really harsh and bare and really hard to look at, but the colors in this one are warmer and they're more shaded and you can actually tell what is going on. Overall, I really kind of hate both of them now. I do think that the old one was better with the perspective and the pose, but the new one is better with the colors and the shading, so it's kind of hard to say which one I like better. But anyways, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!